Let's get right into it. Number 7, the Motivation Vanishing Act. Remember when you used to care about anything? You had plans, goals, maybe even color-coded to-do lists, and now you stare at your laptop like it's a cursed artifact and think, what if I just didn't? Congratulations, you're not lazy. You're probably burnt out. Burnout loves disguising itself as laziness. It's like your brain's version of a system crash, except instead of showing an error message, it just makes you scroll aimlessly for 6 hours. When you're lazy, you want to do things you just choose not to. When you're burnt out, you want to do things, but your brain responds with static. Psychologists call this anhedonia, the inability to feel pleasure or motivation in things that used to matter. Your reward system's basically unplugged. You could finish a huge project, win a medal, or bake the perfect loaf of banana bread and your brain's like, cool. Anyway, we die someday. That's not laziness, that's emotional flatlining. You're not unmotivated because you don't care. You're unmotivated because your mind is waving a white flag made of used coffee filters. So, if you catch yourself daydreaming about quitting everything to live in a cottage and raise goats, it's not a new hobby, it's a symptom. Number 6, the energy black hole. Here's a fun fact. Being burnt out is like running on an old phone battery that says 20%, but dies the second you open Instagram. No matter how much you sleep, drink coffee, or whisper affirmations into your smoothie, your body just refuses. Laziness is choosing rest. Burnout is needing rest like your survival depends on it. Your body starts hoarding energy the way your grandma hoards plastic bags under the sink. Every little task feels monumental. Washing dishes? Olympic event. Replying to one email? Emotional cliff dive. This happens because burnout fries your nervous system. Your stress hormones, mainly cortisol, stay high for so long that your body stops trusting you. It basically goes, oh, you want to function? That's cute. No. So even basic actions feel like heavy labor because your energy is stuck in emergency mode. Here's the irony. You probably beat yourself up for doing nothing, which adds more stress, which deepens the fatigue cycle. It's like yelling at a dead battery to charge faster. Spoiler, it won't. So if your energy levels make you feel like a human paperclip, it's not because you're lazy, it's because you've been sprinting emotionally for months without realizing it. Number 5, the everything is pointless syndrome. You know that existential flavor of exhaustion where every task feels stupid? Like, why even clean? It'll just get dirty again. Or, why answer this email? Life is meaningless anyway. That's not laziness, that's burnout's emo cousin. Burnout messes with your sense of purpose. Your brain's motivational circuitry is powered by dopamine, the this might be worth it chemical. When that's drained, everything feels like a waste of time. It's not that you don't want to succeed, you just can't find a reason that feels emotionally real anymore. It's the same energy as playing a video game you used to love and suddenly realizing you're just pressing buttons out of habit. You're detached, numb, and a little mad that you still have to keep showing up. The worst part? You start blaming yourself. You call it procrastination, self-sabotage, being a failure. But what's really happening is cognitive fatigue. Your brain's motivational engine is sputtering, and you're mistaking the smoke for laziness. If you've ever looked at your work and thought, honestly, what's the point? That's your burnout waving from the void, politely asking for a nap and maybe a personality reset. Number 4, the rest doesn't work phenomenon. Ever take a day off and somehow feel worse afterward? Like, you sleep in, eat pancakes, watch Netflix, and by 3 p.m., your soul is still screaming in Morse code? That's a dead giveaway. You're not lazy, you're fried. See, when you're lazy, rest recharges you. When you're burnt out, rest feels like putting a band-aid on a volcano. You're not just tired, you're emotionally dehydrated. Real rest requires safety, detachment, and peace, but your brain doesn't trust any of those. It's like, oh, you're lying down? Nice. Time to replay every mistake you've ever made. Burnout keeps your nervous system stuck in survival mode. You're physically resting, but mentally running a marathon through your inbox. So no amount of naps or bubble baths will help until your brain stops seeing life as a threat. And here's the kicker. People often guilt themselves for not feeling better after resting. That guilt then cancels out the rest. It's a self-sabotage feedback loop worthy of a Greek tragedy. If your day off feels like emotional lag time rather than recovery, it's not because you're lazy, it's because your brain has forgotten what safety feels like, and you can't recharge if you never unplug. Number 3. The emotional flatline. Imagine trying to react to things, but your emotions are just buffering. That's burnout. You're not sad. You're not happy. You're just running on meh. You stop celebrating wins because they feel hollow. You stop caring about failures because, well, caring takes energy you don't have. Someone could tell you they're getting married or their dog learned to juggle, and your brain's like, cool story, I guess. This isn't apathy by choice, it's emotional exhaustion. Your body's stress system has been so overworked that it's now rationing feelings like they're wartime sugar. You've reached emotional bankruptcy. Psychologically, this is called emotional blunting. When stress becomes chronic, your body protects you by numbing everything. It's not trying to ruin your life, it's trying to keep you from combusting. But from the outside, it looks a lot like laziness or coldness. If your inner monologue has been replaced by elevator music, you're not broken, your brain's just buffering until the emotional Wi-Fi reconnects. Number 2, the tiny thing meltdown. You drop your spoon, and suddenly you're crying like your favorite character just died again. Mildly passive-aggressive email, full existential crisis. That's not being dramatic, that's being burnt out. Burnout steals your ability to regulate emotions. Your tolerance for stress becomes microscopic. Think of your emotional capacity as a cup. Normally it can handle a little chaos. After too much chronic stress, that cup's already full. So when one extra drop, like spilling coffee or forgetting a password, hits, it overflows instantly. And here's the irony. People often call themselves lazy for being too sensitive, when in reality, that sensitivity is a symptom of burnout. Your nervous system is so overstimulated that even tiny triggers feel like bombs. Neuroscientists call this amygdala hijack. Your brain's fight-or-flight system gets hair-trigger reactive. It's like having a smoke alarm that screams every time you toast bread. So no, you're not weak. You're not lazy. You're emotionally full. Your brain has been carrying way too much for way too long, and now it's begging you to put the spoon down and breathe. Number 1, the fake productivity loop. You ever open your laptop, shuffle papers around, check your email, make a to-do list, and then do absolutely nothing on it? Welcome to the Burnout Olympics. The event? Pretending to be functional. This is fake productivity. The illusion that you're doing something just to avoid feeling useless. You're not lazy, you're overstimulated, but undercharged. Your brain's trying to stay in motion because stillness feels dangerous. It's like your nervous system is sprinting on a treadmill going nowhere. Psychologically, this comes from burnout's toxic friendship with perfectionism. You're terrified of failing, so you keep yourself busy enough to look competent, but not enough to actually move forward. You refresh your inbox every 30 seconds, rewrite notes, and convince yourself that planning counts as progress. It's a trauma response disguised as time management. Lazy people don't care if they're lazy. Burnt-out people care too much. You crave rest but can't give yourself permission to stop, because stopping feels like failure. It's not procrastination, that's survival mode with a laptop. So if your brain's been stuck in constant motion, zero progress mode, congratulations. You're not lazy. You're just emotionally overclocked and in dire need of a reboot. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future. Subscribe to see them.